Hey y'all, Uncle Earl here with another Division video. And today I got one of my favorite builds, AlphaBridge. As you can see, I'm running it with the 8.5 with bare bones electronics. And I'm running it with a house and a navy. So in case you don't know, I'm going to just go ahead and just go over as to what AlphaBridge is. Let's use the gloves. So AlphaBridge says that if the 2-piece gives you the 100% extra health regen, 3-piece gives you that 5% extra weapon damage. The 4-piece, which makes the whole AlphaBridge build hit that much harder, is if your primary and secondary weapon is of the same category, such as 2 ARs, 2 SMGs, 2 LMGs, 2 rifles, whatever the case may be, they share the free talent. And the free talent is a talent that is in the bottom slot, which is always active. And then regardless if they are of the same category or not, all weapon requirements are ignored for all weapon talents. So no matter what your firearms are at, or your stamina is at, or your electronics are at, you have every weapon talent unlocked, which is crazy, you know. And moving on to the 5-piece bonus, which you get that extra 25% health regen and an extra 10% weapon damage. And then the 6-piece, which really just takes it up like a notch further, is that inactive personal versions of all signature skills are rotating every 6 seconds and can be activated by killing enemy players or veteran elite NPCs. So veteran elite NPCs are purple or golds. Signature skills that is up on rotation when the enemy is killed is activated for 10 seconds. When all primary stats are balanced between each other, these times are shortened depending on the difference in the ranges of your primary attributes. You can no longer activate signature skills or be affected by an ally's signature skill. So a whole lot of verbiage there, a whole lot of verbiage. But what does it mean? So that little green thing that's rotating on the bottom portion of my screen means that if I kill somebody while the shield is active, then I get a blue based off of how much electronics and skill power I have, right? So that's pretty much it. So I can't use my ults. So if I try to use my ult right now, just turn red and it won't work because I have the signature skill just rotating on the bottom. If my friend in my group tries to use an ult to like get me up or pop attack or a blue, I also will not get it if I'm running the whole 6-piece. So that's kind of a drawback with it. It's kind of a plus and kind of a negative, but it all depends on your play style. If you're solo, it works out well. If you are in a group, I probably don't run a 6-piece because it just helps, you know. But that's the build right there. Let me just go ahead and jump into the guns. Of course, I'm using the house. I feel like AlphaBridge works best with ARs or SMGs. When I first made this build a long time ago, I used SMGs, and I just kind of stuck with SMGs just because of how hard they hit and the talents that are always active on them. So with the house, I think pretty much everyone knows as to what the house is and what it does, but I'm gonna just go through it for just for fun. So you're looking at 23% critical hit chance just based on the gun, 25.8 weapon damage, and the talents I have on it are deadly and responsive. Deadly increases your critical hit damage by 15%. Responsive damage is increased by 10% when closer to 10 meters to the target. And card counter with 1/2 of magazines towards 20% increased damage, and the half of steel's increased damage flips after 15 seconds or when the magazine is empty. And then we have unforgiving. Missing health segments increase your damage. 1 missing segment, extra 10%. 2 missing segments, extra 25%. So if I'm within 10 meters and you get me down past my first bar, and I'm in my second bar, right there I'm hitting for an extra 20% extra damage. Not even counting card counter. If I'm counting card counter, then you're looking at extra 60%. And a booster, it just goes crazily high as to how much damage that you can go ahead and put out on your own. And the mods I have for this are a magazine size with crit chance and rate of fire. That's an extended mag. Pro red with crit damage, headshot damage, crit chance. Loud vent, crit damage, crit chance, headshot damage, and a small grip with crit damage, stability, and reload speed. Stability and reload speed just to have so it doesn't bounce around as much. I know SMGs don't really bounce as much as it is, but you know, just help with just help to like hit my shots. Pretty much god rolled everything on this build. Secondary, I don't really use that much unless I'm like out of bullets on my primary and it's to the wire. You know, in that case, that's weird. How's it 27.1? Oh, the car kind of thing. Again, 23% critical hit chance, just base. Ignore the damage, 'cause I think that's fake because of the whole card counter. But I don't really use this gun unless things are sticky. But anyways, deadly, hurried, and unforgiving. And the only reason why I have this gun is just to unlock unforgiving on my house. Pretty much modded, very similar. Crit chance, crit damage, crit chance. Well, I mean, magazine side, crit damage, crit chance. Pro red, crit damage, stability, headshot damage. Loud vent, crit damage, crit chance, headshot damage. Small grip, crit damage, reload speed, stability. Again, I don't use this gun. Primary gun is at Al's. And for my sidearm, you know I love my sidearms. I have a low gear score double barrel sawed off, 158 base damage, and the talents you probably can already guess what they are. Predatory, where killing a target regenerates 35% of your health over 20 seconds. Sustain, killing a target increases your health by 6%. And Determine, where killing a target reduces all skill cooldowns by 7.5%. I think that is a god roll as far as your sidearm is concerned. I know that sometimes that when I run AlphaBridge and I down somebody and I try to finish them off with my sidearm, whenever I use my sawed off, it doesn't always proc predatory like that. So that's why I usually run with the M45A1, and it's a higher gear score and it has a predatory and sustain on it. I think it's just based on the movement of the character, I guess, and as to how you bash. I don't know, but I ideally like to run the double barrel sawed off. It's a low gear score one, but hey, it works. And it's just for finishing anyway. Going on to the build. For the chest, I have raw firearms with skill haste, health, and ammo capacity. Skill haste, y'all know I love my skill haste. EDR, I don't really think it's that big of a deal nowadays. So I don't really run it like that. The only time I run EDR is on my like high stamina builds like Pred and D3. But as far as my mods are concerned, I have 2 stamina mods with health. Pretty much god rolled. I think the max health is 3,333. Highest for stamina is 267. So it's a little bit off, but this is the best I can find for right now. The mask, again, is rolled for firearms with crit chance and burn resistance, and the mod is stamina with crit chance, god rolled. Knee pads, rolled stamina. They pretty much came with stamina and crit damage. And I rolled bleed resistance, shock, and damage to elites. Damage to elites because usually if I'm fighting another player, it kind of helps if I see like a red NPC or a purple NPC nearby. I can go ahead and burst them down real quick, get an ult, and then finish that other player off. And it just works well, just having like a little bit of damage to elites on my build. And you know me, I just love running damage to elites on all of my DPSC builds. My mods for this one are stamina with health, and that one's damn near god rolled. If I can find more of that one, I'll be happy. And for my mods, it's a first aid self heal 6%, and all my performance mods are first aid self heals. Holster also crit chance, first aid self heal. Gloves, crit damage, crit chance, SMG. Nothing special there. Backpack, road firearms with crit damage and burn resistance. And of course, 2 first aid self heals and a firearms with health. So that's how I get the 8.5. My firepower is crazy, just off base. Toughness is right where I like it, like 450-ish. I don't feel too squishy, and I can go in and kind of take a little bit of damage. Going over to the character sheet, again, firearms 8.5, weapon damage 25.826, crit chance 47%, crit damage 131, headshot damage 62%, stability not a whole lot. All weapon damage bonus is 15%, just based off the actual gear set, with no booster active. If I pop a booster, this will go up to, I think, 30%. Don't quote me, but I think that's what it does. Damage to elites is 16%, and I personally feel as if this build is like perfect. 16% damage to elites, 9% skill haste. As far as, I think, perfect as far as like your resistances and your damage to elites go. All damage resilience is 0%, EDR is 0%, bleed 33, burn 34, shock 33. And I feel like that's like nice. So let's see if card counter is even active. It's not even active yet. But let me just go over to the talents. Talents I'm running with is a booster for the extra damage resistance and increased damage, and also a box to go ahead and help remove status effects and cleanse me of the pred bleed. My ult, it doesn't matter because it's not active, so you can be whatever you want to go ahead and run. Talents wise, I run adrenaline to give me 7 seconds of immunity from status effects. Critical save, where you use a medkit during low health to increase damage resistance by 10%, but by 20% for 10 seconds. Depending on how I feel, I might go ahead and run Strike Back as well, where I reach low health to reduce active skill cooldowns by 20%. But just because my toughness isn't as high as I would want it to be sometimes, and I'm usually facing NPCs and also players, it helps to go ahead and also run On the Move, where you kill a hostile, reduce incoming damage by 15% for 10 seconds. Just made myself like a little bit more tanky, and it boosts my toughness from 445 to like 520. And also precision to headshot a hostile to pulse for 10 seconds, which is a nice talent. I love that talent. Let me see if I can get card counter to flip on me. I'm gonna get it or shoot a little bit. Don't know why, but come on. All right, there we go. Pop the booster. We're looking at 660, 907 as far as base damage. And let's see as to what that does. Open damage bonus is at 50%. Like, utterly disgusting. So, have fun with this build, guys. If you tweak it, let me know. I also pretty much have very similar gloves versus AR versus SMG, depending on how I feel. You know, I love to run ARs every now and then, but try it out and let me know what you guys think. Uncle Earl, signing off.